I would describe Jill as a friend to the residents. I would describe Jill as a kind and compassionate person. I would describe Jill as considering all of these residents as her own family and treating them in the way that family needs to be treated. Jill is awesome. Jill will take care of anything here at Bickford for you. She will get it fixed for you. And you know, there's not a lot that needs to be fixed, but when there is, she doesn't try to just send you to somebody else. Jill sees it all as something that she can take care of and she can fix and get you to the right spot. Jill has been a big supporter for me. My dad passed away at 56, and my mom, the final trip in the ambulance, rode with him to see to it that nothing was done. So Mom and I have had a lot of end-of-life discussions. My mom has dementia, and the doctor says it's a terminal illness. And so I want to make sure that I respect all of her wishes and that we are able to care for her in the way that she would want. And Jill has always been there with me when we've had to discontinue a medication. She watches Mom's weight very carefully because sometimes they don't want to eat well, and we get the high-calorie drinks on board. And then when Mom starts eating, she was supportive with me that we backed them off a little bit. Jill has just supported me in everything that I have asked and everything that I have needed. And when I have questions, and my background as a nurse, as a maternal child, so geriatrics is not something I know about. And Jill has got the answers, and she helps me understand what's going on with this process.
First of all, she's very professional, but she's just not strictly professional. You know, she is warm and caring and sensitive. She's a wonderful listener. She always would listen as we visited about Mother's care, and she would make wonderful suggestions, and I knew she knew her stuff. Well, Mother had dementia, and so, you know, that's a hideous thing because they lose the companionship of the memories. But I think the gals here, and I'm sure that much of that came from Jill, that training of how to deal with people with dementia. And she was very good with Mother. You know, she would come in and kneel down if Mother was upset, kneel down beside her chair and just visit with her. And she and the rest, they could always get her usually out of her funk. And Mother was very determined. Sometimes she got very angry. And I never saw Jill ever lose her cool. You know, she was always sensitive and warm. I felt that she treated my mother as she would her own, which I loved. I don't know, you know, I was here so much. I was here 5 times a week. So I had so much interaction with Jill. I just considered her to be a friend. And I could have, you know, visited with her about anything. I just knew that Jill, she just cared about Mother. She cared about her comfort and she also very much respected my wishes that I was not trying to prolong Mother's life. She lived to be just 7 weeks short of 100 years old. I was not trying to prolong her life. I was trying to make her comfortable and as happy as we could, and that was her goal. That's what I appreciated about her most.
And that, and I think what makes her an outstanding nurse, and what I'm sure makes her an outstanding nurse even within the company, is that she's been here for 7 years. 7 years, day in and day out, she's been doing this and doing it, you know, very well. And I think there's only one other nurse that I'm aware of that's been here as long as her. So she's, you know, she's committed to Bickford and to us, and she wholeheartedly believes in our mission, and I think she just shows it every day.
She's just the one to listen. She, you know, if they have something that they need someone to listen, she's the one. And she's the first one to put an arm around someone that is having a day, you know, or something that might be going on that has nothing to do here with Bickford. She's the first one to be there and to put that arm around them and say, you know what, it's going to be okay. And in my life, she was there for me when my mom passed away. And I call her my saving grace, and that's exactly what she is, because she jumped in the car and drove 10 hours to Franklin, Tennessee, and where I have no family, she was my sister that day. So that's what she does for me here and for others.
Well, I believe Jill should be Nurse of the Year because she was of invaluable help to me. And so if she has been invaluable help to me, I'm sure she's the same with every other resident. And in fact, I know she is because I watched her interact with them. So, and you know, another thing is, she doesn't just sit in her office and do her paperwork, and I realize she has a lot of paperwork. She's out and about with people. She jumps in and helps when that's necessary. So I would say she goes above and beyond her job description, probably. Yes.
I think she should be Nurse of the Year because she deserves the recognition of being a great nurse. Because without her here at our branch in Clinton, we wouldn't function as a family. And she is part of that family that kind of holds us all together. And so that's why I think she should be Nurse of the Year. And I love her.